Why, hello, everyone, and welcome to Oxygen Not Included, Part 2 of the Frosty Planet. So, it's been a while. Again, due to flu, I explained that if you caught the satisfactory stream yesterday. But I will do our best to try to bring everyone back to remembrance of what it was like. So, as you can see, Frosty Planet, very cold. I usually do relative temperature, so it's a little easier to see what's warm and what's not. But as you can see, we got power production up here. We got a custom coal generator. We have a wood pile that is not showing wood for some reason. And this is our research area. We got kitchen down here, barracks, all of this here, on with wood heaters up here to try to heat up the barracks from all that ice over here. We have farming over here for wood. We have pike apple bushes up here for food. Lavatories here. And we've done pretty well. This is producing tons and tons of rads. And I think that just about sums it up. We're only on cycle 28. Oh, and I almost forgot. We are currently working on oxalite generation. Getting all that done because oxygen is becoming a problem. And these suck in see all that nasty CO2 that's building up here. And wonderfully turns it into oxalite, which then turns into oxygen, but still. So, here we go. Let me unlock some blueprints. And by some, I mean one, of course. So here we go. And if I recall, I was trying to get them to get working on this, because oxygen-wise, we're still alright, but can be better. And if I recall, my future plans for this was, so if we put all the oxygen and all the CO2 absorption in the same area, the lungs, and that's refined renovations done. If we do that, the problem with that is, you'll actually have problems with with flow. Oh, and the wood appeared. Oxygen's trying to go up, CO2's trying to come down, they'll get in each other's way, and it'll make things a little slower. If we had oxygen, and CO2 some else, either we would need to give them more ways to move around, like with pumps or something, or we would want to have these oxalate scones in different areas. That is not something I am too worried about right now. I don't think it's going to make that much of a big deal difference. Especially not right now when we only have five dupes. So it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Get that mopped up, please. And unfortunately, we don't have any sand to filter out this polluted oxygen with. Darn it. Well, that sucks, but oh well. And I literally only put the fridge in here, so it would count as a kitchenette and give us more food. As we're cooking pike apple skewers. It's so cold. It's colder than what a fridge could do in here anyway, in the ration box, so it doesn't matter at all. The only way to make it better was to put this in CO2, but food being frozen, it's not that big a deal, I don't think. So yes. As you can see, our wonderful dupes are working on this. So my future plan for this is I will eventually redesign this once we have refined metals, and we can work out auto loaders and conveyor belts and sweepers. Because then I'll just have them suck up all the oxalite this drops and and give them the ice they need. I couldn't remember. Don't judge me. Um, give them all of that, and then probably move the oxygen to these areas with their own ventilation or something. It's something I can worry about much later on. Right now, food's not a problem. Oxygen is going to not be a problem once that's done. Wood is not a problem due to having a regenerable source of it now. Why are you cramped? Hmm. Well, they do excrete dirt, which is really nice, because if I recall, that's what these things use. No, they use phosphorite, darn it. But we do need dirt once things really heat up past negative 20 degrees Celsius. Which is going to take a long while, because everything around here is freezing. Negative 40 there, negative 30 there, negative 34, negative 40. Basically, the warmest is right next to here, and even that's only a couple degrees, so it's still freezing. This is really gonna make this a bit warm. And this may look like it's getting too hot, but you have to keep in mind, I have relative state change on, so it's a little easier for me to tell. Besides everything just being this. That's probably a little better. Oh, we got smelting done. Wonderful. That will really heat things up. The problem is, we need to give it liquid. And the only liquid I really see is liquid ethanol, which should work. Yeah, it takes very hot temperatures to become gas. And it takes much cooler temperatures to become ethanol. Wait, no. It becomes gas relatively easily, doesn't it? Yeah, it becomes gas a lot sooner than water does. Hmm. I don't think it'll be a problem just because it's still negative 40 degrees and the things around here is going to keep it way cool on the refinery. Especially if we build it somewhere in here with all the weed warts, that will keep it really cold. And this thing continually pumping out refined uranium and nuclear waste for us. Like, it's so cold, we have liquid CO2 here. There we go, continuing to produce. Wonderful. Did I really build this wrong? I built this wrong. I'm an idiot. Let's get them out of there. Let's go. Come on, let's get them out of there, please. They might not suffocate, but they will starve. That should be good. There you go. You gotta hate it how often that will happen. Awesome. The Lunds are done, and we can get something else. Another Oxyfern, which is stupid, or we can get a Phlox Fawn, which is okay, but they're already a bit cramped. Pars Light, ew. Especially in Narcoleptic, even worse. I don't like the decreased morale bonus, and I'm not sure we really need another one anyway. Oxyfern is alright, I guess, but it's not really useful with the aloe vera. But I'll take it. It can be useful later. If I got the Phlox Fawn, wouldn't be very useful because you just end up with that as a problem. So you're the farmer. Oops. There we go. Be better at farming. So it looks like I really do have to enable auto harvest on pretty much all of these because they don't eat it very fast. Hmm. There we go. Let's keep on working. Okay. So, first priority to get this done. That is first and foremost. Power and such is going to be really useful, but is not necessary at the moment. Yeah, they keep on running out of CO2. Probably because there's so many of them that they're getting rid of CO2 faster than it can come down. I mean, I don't know why all the CO2 in here isn't coming down quicker. It's because of the fancy wood tiles I put in or something. But, I mean, I can always start working on another room here. I think that would work. Give it a little bit extra, and we can turn, and that will definitely be used for something. Why do pike apple bushes gotta look like they got gross germs on them? Yeah. Most of them don't have any CO2 to suck in. Which is probably a good thing if it weren't for the fact that this thing's pretty much filled with it. For some reason. Yeah, it's very breathable down here. Quite breathable up here as well. So, oxygen's definitely getting out. It's just not in that room for some reason. As soon as that gets finished, they'll probably work on the ladders and then we'll get to here. Which is good. That is what I am hoping for. Alright. Okay. Yeah, we are already on fastest speed, and they're still taking ages. I know that there's a mod that lets you go super fast, even faster than fast, but I've never gotten it because usually this is quick enough. So they're really trying to heat up here. It's just taking a while. Wow. It's so... that's just so useless. It cools things down, but we're not going to need it for a very long time. So I forget, the Bammies... Oh, yes. They like reed fiber. They give off Bammoth patties for phosphorite, so they could help us grow those more. Hmm. I've never understood why it says they're starving when they suddenly become hungry while they're in the bathroom and can't go out leave it. They're about to. That's not a problem. Hmm. So yeah, these are barely giving off any oxygen because they barely need to. We have a lot of oxygen everywhere. It really just appears to be this here that's causing some problems. If anyone knows why all the CO2 is getting so backed up here, please let me know. I'm really not sure why. Ooh, you know what? Could be all the CO2 from this room's just falling down here. Hmm. We'll see if that makes things a little better. It should temporarily at the very least. Do these give off CO2 by the way? Oh, they do. That's why. That's why. I know that does too, but we don't have any refined carbon because we don't have any coal for it. Smart batteries. And let's replace one at a time. That's usually why I put two down there, so you can replace them a lot easier. I'm gonna bump all that up a little higher so they get that done. I don't really think this needs to get finished right away, just because they don't have any CO2 down here. Because it's all in this room. These produce 4 grams a second, and that kind of adds up when you realize most of this is only 800 or so. Oxygen's fine. Hmm. I will eventually sweep all this out so it's a little easier to find where the actual eggs are. Like, there's one here, but you can't even see it. I don't even know what it looks like. I just know we have two buried in here some. Well, most likely it's two in there. The second run could be elsewhere. Just keep digging, just keep digging. So yeah, hopefully this will help in getting all the CO2 from here out. And it's only to try to heat this area up. Down here. Oh, we got sand. I didn't even realize this was sand. Wonderful. We'll be able to convert all this then. And I'm pretty sure this is just getting filled with CO2 because it's vacuum and they're just breathing it out. There we go. Okay. I am perfectly fine with that. That's a lot of squash fries. And we'll eventually get water tanks set up with wood heaters to fuel it all, but that's not something I'm too worried about right now. For now, this is fine. Compost is working. Yep. And we should really start seeing CO2 flowing out of here now. Since the CO2 wants to flow down, and now we've given it a path to do so. So give it a few cycles, the CO2 should fall out of there. Why would you ever want to plant this? This is just asking for bad things. Hmm. Yeah, they're having problems with sleeping because there's so much CO2 built in here from these things. Though I suppose that's what this is for, after all. Hmm. Do you think it's working? Because this is really large amounts of CO2, and it's slowly falling down over here. Biodiesel. Generators. Refinery. Well, we got ethanol there. This creates vegetable oil. So yeah, we will eventually set that up so we grow our power, but that we don't need to worry about that for a while. Currently, we aren't using very much power, especially because all our heaters are just wood, because that's what this is for. And we've got tons of food, and they're going through those squash fries pretty quick. Which rate does this have in it? Good amount of water. 20 kilograms per second is pretty good. Yeah, and these things are still being fed, so that's not a problem. Don't do that. And in an emergency, there's tons of oxalite around here, so we'll be able to get a lot of oxygen temporarily for pretty free. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that definitely works. Now we actually have oxygen in here. And I think most of it actually fell down here, not into here, but that's not a problem. An accidental CO2 pit is not much of a problem if you aren't going to have a problem. Why is it building in tombs? Because you had water freeze. Alright, now I can swap them over. Alright. Got more pike apples coming. Because our food count is always going up. That's been fixed. Wonderful. Okay. So, next thing I'm going to need to work on is the refinery area. Okay, so up here is really cold. So you can definitely build it just up here to use this ethanol. Perhaps like this. Oh, right on the dot. Now, I can use regular water and use the refined thing to heat it up, which I will eventually do, but for right now, we need a lot of refined metals to get started. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna keep the ladder, because we're gonna need to go up anyway, but... Hmm. This produces natural gas. This produces vegetable oil from food. Hmm. We will have to mess with this eventually. Oh, we can refine wood into ethanol as well. I forgot. I didn't actually think about that because normally I never have wood by the point I need it. Okay. So we can turn our renewable resource of wood into ethanol. And then we can turn pike apples into vegetable oil, which we turn to biodiesel, which we then burn for power. Okay, I could actually set that up, I think. That is not what I meant to do. Yeah, you can set that up, get simple power down here. That and ethanol distiller going to... Wow. That's a big building. Wait, no, we don't need that one. Bioplastic would be nice, too. We can get that started. So, we need vegetable oil. We need ethanol. We need a way to turn it into biofuel. There you go, Frankie. Have some heat. Oh, it's still bigger. Okay. This should work now. Yep. Honestly, at this point, I might as well just have it all on the same level. It'll probably end up looking better that way anyway. So it produces biodiesel and polluted water. Which, now that we have sand, we can turn into algae. Hmm. I might actually want to heat it up first. Or I could actually just use polluted water instead. Hmm. How much do I want to do? I do want to get a bioplastic press. That is sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got HVAC stuff. Okay. Well, there's various stuff that I'm not going to use for a while, but it's good to have. Okay. So, storage. That's in this, isn't it? Yes. We can't make big liquid reservoirs yet, unfortunately. Or can we? We're gonna have to build this anyway, so I might as well just find somewhere now. Okay, so if this is where we're gonna store the ethanol, we should probably put the plastic. That is not the plastic printer. The plastic printer should probably be over here. And instead, the refinery will end up going here. But for now, we can just put the rock crusher there. We can't make conductive power yet, so we'll just make regular. Sounds good. Lots of stuff to get built. I'm actually surprised this doesn't use refined, but I guess that's kind of the point. It's a early game plastic and natural gas and diesel and petroleum and such. So I suppose that makes sense. There we go. That gets pretty much everything I want. I don't really care too much about the getting 100% of the uranium. I'm pretty sure we're fine. We are just fine on oxygen. It's just that the CO2 isn't going down as fast as we want it to. Nor the O2 going up as fast as we want to. Continue working. Wow, that is a lot of oxygen. Hmm. I've never had this problem where I can't get gas to flow very well. But I guess it's part of the reason why we're trying to get renewable power here. Ah, that does require that. And it produces polluted water. Wonderful. So I'm thinking maybe half these tiles could be a farm for vegetable oil. I'll have to look at the recipes though. So we want as much vegetable as possible. So nosh bean is really good. Oh, we can even use. So, what seeds do we have? Let's look at that first. What are our options? I believe Ideala was the only thing we actually had that was on that list. Nope. So we don't have even. Oh, we can make sleet wheat grain eventually. Because that is something I know we have, that there is a bunch up here. Like 18, 18, and 18. Like, wow. It's just we haven't gone up to there yet because of all that nasty radiation. So over here, it's, especially if that's the only reason they're going, it might not be as much of a problem. Yeah, only that. So I guess that's a problem with having your oxygen generation require CO2. You have to give it CO2. Hmm. Well, here's one idea. Just convert all of that into airflow. That would do it, I think. That should help with the airflow problems we're having. Because all this whole thing here will be able to have gas flow throughout. All the CO2 should flow immediately into here. How do we get some more coal? Hmm, interesting. Keep on. Yep, it's already. Well, I think that's mostly because all the CO2 flowing down here is filling up this hole now. Maybe that was the problem before. Just need to fill this up. Yep, just keep on making all of that. Excellent. So pleased to see your solutions actually work. This does appear to be helping out, at the very least. Yeah, here it's a lot clearer that there's a lot of oxygen moving around. Algae is dumb. It would just freeze. Building and supplying is something I like. We do need a decorator eventually, and it has an increased morale bonus, so I actually like Marie a bit, but I also like building and supplying. That's really useful, and I don't think we're going to need creativity for a while. So I think we're going to go for this. He can't dig, but that's not too bad. There you go. You can milk now. Yeah, I figured it out. And the drill. You're a night owl, so you prefer working in the daytime. Well, the good news is you're going to be working through a lot of it anyway. But let's just give him his own schedule. And it'll be the night owl schedule. Okay. So they all need to be moved by 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that is bath time, not bedtime. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just trying to make this work. So it's staggered for another shift, eventually. I think that should do it. That will be the night owl shift. Keep getting the airflow tiles made. Keep letting the CO2 move. Yeah, all the CO2 is building up here now. It's actually getting down. Exactly what I wanted. And now my people are harvesting. At least I thought he was. Oh, this down here is lower priority. Gotcha. That's why. No, oxygen is #1 priority. You can go without food for a little bit, but oxygen will kill you very fast. Oh, we got another one? Super old mural. Okay. Yes, let them absorb even more. Yes. Does appear to be working now. All this CO2 should just fall down. This CO2 is slowly going down anyway. It is working. Excellent. So I don't actually know which of these is ethanol and which isn't. I'm pretty sure that's biodiesel and that's polluted oxygen, though. Or polluted water. Maybe I built this the wrong way. And let me remove the planning stuff. So the refinery should go over here. Instead. So that way, wait. Okay, now I'm really confused. Okay. Wait, before you do anything like that, am I doing it right? Okay, so I want polluted water. Do I need it over here or do I need it over here? So polluted water, this is going to be the fine. So no, I had it right. Why am I second guessing myself? Feel bad now. Feel stupid now, to be honest. I had the whole thing all set up and I had to second guess myself. So I don't know what color vegetable oil is or ethanol. I know blue is water. I know that is polluted water, and that is biodiesel. So that's gonna have to run to go to power over there. I think that was what I want to change. I think I'm forgetting that needs to go over there. But this produces vegetable oil. This produces ethanol. Why are their colors the same? I got no idea which one goes where. I must admit, though, I think this is gonna look really cool once it's made, though. It looks very complex and everything. I think it's a good art design, I think. Is what I'm trying to say. So oxygen density is mostly back up. I think having it like that is helping. And the CO2 is able to come down over here now. There you go. Yeah, we got lots of oxalite stored. Don't know why that is not updating, but it isn't, and I can't really do anything about it. Yeah. It's gonna be a long time before we are able to produce all that, or at least normally would be a long time. But with that, maybe not. So here's where we'll plant the sleet wheat just for the expeller press, and we'll eventually change sleet to our things to be for sleet wheat grain, because I think that's a better material anyway. Yeah. It says frost buns, which is +4 versus +1. Yeah, food is not an issue. That is for sure. Just keep on working. So yeah, we're gonna try to get this all set up, and I'll try to figure out what pipe goes to where. Hopefully being right, and then I'll tell them to get all the sleet wheat grain and the seeds and such. We're really gonna have to get lead suits before we can do anything about that. Oh, we got the other. Oh, he's going for there now. Finally. You can be our super farmer. And let's see what we got. We already have 6. But I really don't feel like taking on another person, though. We pretty much researched already everything I was planning on doing anyway. Yeah, pretty much all done. Nice. Well, not gas temperature. Yeah, it's taken a while for these to heat up anything. But I suppose that's what happens when everything is negative 40 to negative 20. It's really cool effects on this thing, I think. Wow, that thing died fast. Hmm. We have more sleet wheat over here that would be a lot safer to go for. I think that would probably be the smarter play. We'll eventually have to come up here anyway, but if we can get it all way safer, we should. Because I don't want to lose someone to radiation. I would be worried about a CO2 pit again, but this seems to be mostly CO2 anyway. So I can't say I'm that worried. And it does appear to be just about gone, too. I'm just gonna try that to start, and if it turns out that's not how it is, I'll have to swap. Oh, it literally says. Well, I'm glad it says it. Because I had no idea. So this is the vegetable oil. And we'll just have to put a bridge over that one. That will do it. And then we'll have to work out where the polluted water and diesel's going, but that shouldn't be too difficult. We'll just have to get this working first, though. We'll actually want to use this for a while, because it produces sand. Surprisingly, we actually need sand. Because it's, like, nowhere. How are these things used? 480, 240, 120. Not actually too bad. So just upgrading this should be enough to get us going. This thing, it takes a CO2, right? Does require mush bar, but that's not going to be a problem because we can just make that real easy. We're doing the last few things before our researcher is going to be off researching for a while. Which is good, because it means a whole other person to help us build all of this. That's a phosphorite still. Hmm. Just trying to see all the biomes, you know? Hmm. Hmm. Alright. We are producing food so fast, though, that... So, sooner we get this, the better. Because we'll probably want to swap over. What do they use again? Again, phosphorite. How much do these guys use per cycle? 5 kilograms. They only use 4. That it's actually better to use these guys. Oh, wait. These guys. They take dirt and water. Interesting. Well, it's still not that bad. It does mean you'll probably want to replace these with piped ones and hook it up to a light liquefier. It's gonna take a while before they can heat up anything. Pips. Hmm. Ooh, frostproof is good. I don't really care about cooking. Tidying, digging, researching. We'll take Harold. Why not? You can be another digger. We're always gonna need more of them. This way, he can help us get everything built. Oh, and they're going for it now. Sweet. Found rust down here. Interesting. Hmm. Please tell me you didn't have all that to start with. Hmm. Give them a little more room, I guess. Okay. And we have plenty of food to survive for a long time, so I'm not worried about that. That was a really cool effect. Alright, so that will pump the water it produces into the system. So, do I have about... No. There we go. This is what I want. Okay. So, if I cancel all of the pipes, because let's be honest, they're probably going to freeze anyway. Instead, run it like this. Then I can say I only want you to make it let this much through. And I believe it's like if you only let 1 kilogram through instead of the regular 10, it can't turn into steam. If y'all actually give me a second, I will look. Yep, is 1 kilogram, 10% capacity. So 1 kilogram for pipes, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because these don't just require dirt, they also require water. And this way I won't have to worry about the water freezing and destroying my pipes. As I'm sure it is constantly going to do anyway. Either way. Let's get this done, please. I forget, what is compressed biomass used for? Oh, sage hatches can eat it. And I guess the natural gas generator uses it as well. Oh, it can be used as fuel. Interesting, so I can use it as fuel. Wonderful. I'm actually gonna get rid of this thing. I think the other regular coal generator might be better. I'm gonna put something else in these that doesn't require liquid. That should do. Hmm. Well, we're going pretty well so far, I think. We just need to get these done for more power once more. There you go. Now explain why I want to put enough space for 4 composts. This will eventually become lavatories and a sink and such. These will become showers. And that's why I am setting up the room to be that big. Yes, it does look quite cool. Poo water. And I'm sure its animation's pretty good too. Wait, do we want Mercury? Oh, no we don't. Darn it. I suppose Mercury would be a very good coolant, but why not? We'll take some more fries. We should probably start going for iron. I love how he does a little bit and it's just like, nah, never mind. I don't want to do this no more. Just a little bit funny. Well, that's getting done now, thankfully. Hmm. Maybe I'll want to have insulated just to be on the safe side. Was this hot because the water's hot? Yeah, we need the polluted water. The pollu- Ugh. Get that done, please. We don't want the heat leakage to happen that fast, because if it does, these are not going to grow, because it'll be too warm, and the water's going to freeze. What did... Ridiculous. They are always trapping themselves. That should help. Keep them from overheating. Yeah, see, that alone heated up the base a whole lot. Interesting. Water heating is best. Well, we are getting everything built. That's nice. Like to see that. That looks really high-tech and fancy. I like it. Oh my gosh. They produce 8. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like produces 1 per harvest, and I was gonna freak out. one sleep. One sleep week per harvest would be something else. Okay. I'm gonna get a second one. It appears we rather need it. Doing pretty good today. We got more iron coming. Well, I say more, like this isn't the first time. Oh, it might not have been the first time. Darn it. It's in power. There we go. Yep. That produces polluted water. Yep. Just like that. This is only because I think it'll be a cool effect. Make it look factory-like. Though on second thought, it's probably not wise to use up all our resources like this. Rust is stupid. Supplying, building, doctoring. Don't like your traits. Don't like you can't build. Looks like we're going with the rust. That is not going to be used for anything for a very long time. And CO2 and oxygen moving problem is pretty much done, it looks like. Still producing lots of iron. I think that'll help split the labor a bit. Yep, still producing lots of oxalite. We're slowly upgrading our power network. Probably get a storage bin down here for all that stuff. That's why I want them to not be made out of copper. Yeah, this is still heating up the area, but I don't think it's heating it up very fast, thankfully. Oh, a good amount of oxygen. Yep, bring it all to me. This is gonna take a while. Well, they are mostly done. Otherwise, some of this stuff is not actually updating. Hmm. Weird. You probably start getting everyone improved carrying, because that was really sick. How much iron is in here? Okay, we're making a little bit of a stockpile, but we're still not making all this stuff up here for some reason. There we go. They're saving up for that. This also looks quite cool. The suits are really useful because it means, well, the obvious. They can be warmer. Yeah, I might have to find a way to cool that down. So let's look into that. Yeah, I can make out polluted ice. That'd be a bit funny. And that should help keep them cool. So it's gonna take a long time to build it all. Since a temp shift place is gonna be a lot cooler, they should help cool everything down. Alright, well, I think that's cooling it down a lot. I love how there's polluted ice floating in the polluted water. That's a lot of solid nuclear waste. Sure, we can watch another death. Hmm, interesting. Still building it, but it's cooled it down a lot, so thankfully I don't think that's gonna be much of a problem anymore. Keep on getting the iron. No, I don't think oxygen's much of a problem. Love what's unknown, but I can clearly see what it is. Lots of power radiation up there. And now we can mop all of it up. Hmm. Just to help get oxygen in that room. Would. Would not. Plenty. Oh yes, we never quite figured out where we're putting the polluted water. Alright. That's gonna do it. We went from cycle 24 to 28. We fixed that and the oxygen problem. We're setting up for plastic and biodiesel power. We got sweet wheat now. We're working with refined metals. We're gonna be on moving on from the rock crusher. So next time will be quite fun. I think we'll get a lot more done. So thank you for watching me play, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, or evening.